Okay, so the first card is the Needle and Thread, which says a sincere wish will be granted, which is really good. And you've got the Rooster over here, which says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So you are dealing with somebody who's a bit difficult, and you're having a bit of problems with them, but just let them be, because this is somebody that you shouldn't really be agitating. And you've got the Owl over here, which says good advice from a wise person. So somebody's out there to help you out and give you some good advice in a difficult situation. So in the past, you've had a money path. So a path with money is waiting for you to find. So you are searching for that ultimate goal or ultimate pathway towards money, and it is there. You will find a way, or you've been finding or trying to find a way in order for you to get some finances coming in. You've got the Barrel over here. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So, you are yearning for something more. You are looking. And with the money path, it seems like you're on some kind of pathway that you're seeking the answers to certain questions, whatever's lacking in your life. So going to the future, you've got the Sunrise card over here, which says new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. So you are making a new beginning to things. You will be making new beginnings. And you've got the Torch over here, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So you are being guided, during this period of new beginnings, fresh starts for you, new ventures. You are being guided. You are receiving a lot of enlightenment and understanding, and it seems to be divinely guided as well. So those are the energies for that week. So this is the Witch's Tarot. I have shuffled this deck. Let's see. Okay, you've got the Ten of Swords over here. So you've ended a very, very difficult situation. It was something that you could not resurrect. It's something, there may have been a lot of deception, lies, people stabbing you in the back, betrayal, a lot of misery. And now, there's a new sunrise over here. You want to make a fresh start. And even the energy read, it shows you wanting to make a fresh start after going through a very, very difficult situation. It is something that you're not willing to resurrect. You don't want to go back. You don't want any apologies coming in. You just want to move on. So it's time for you to let go of that completely, and move on. Whatever was said was really nasty, very, very harsh, and you had to deal with that. It left you all alone, very miserable. You're almost mourning as well. You feel like you're in mourning after this. So usually, in the right away, it shows a person lying in the snow with blood. So this card is not that gory, but it is showing, a lot of knives in your back. So there were a lot of people that were against you, and a lot of harsh things were said. And it's almost as though they left you for dead and walked off. So you need to get out of the situation and move away. I know you're feeling rather, maybe it's at this point where you're trying to pick yourself out of it. And that is always the most difficult part, getting yourself going again. You're very depressed about it. You've got the Queen of Cups over here. And this is showing you crying, thinking about the past, regretting the past, being very, very miserable about what happened. You can see she's looking to the past and the cup is empty. So she is pretty upset about whatever happened. And this is the Queen of Cups. So, you're feeling very, very lonely, very isolated, very emotional about whatever happened. Now, you need to be, Aquarius is an air sign. You've got the Queen of Swords over here. This is your card. So, you are sitting here with a dilemma about, since the cards are crossing, how to get back on your feet again. Now, you are a very determined person, and you have made up your mind that you are going to cut that past out. You've got the sword in your hand, and you are cutting out things that are no longer serving you as well. So you are going to cut that situation out, and maybe even cut that depression out. It seems that you are taking control, and you're very determined to do it. There might have been a loss of a relationship, because the Queen of Swords is generally a single person, a person who has gone through a lot of sorrow and now is coming out of it. So you are taking, you're cutting out, you can almost see as though she's cutting the clouds out of her life. So you are alone at the moment, and you are a bit depressed, but you are determined to move forward, and you're determined to cut this Ten of Swords out of your life. You're going to move it out of your life. This is a complete cut. The Ten of Swords is a complete ending. And with the Queen of Swords, it's making that complete cut. You are still thinking and regretting about the past, but you have decided that this is the way you're going to go. And you're speaking your truth. You are saying what you need to say, and people know where you come from. So you've got the Seven of Cups over here. This has been faced with a lot of possibilities. You had a lot of options available to you in the last year. There were a lot of choices that you needed to make. And, it's a kind of confusion. You're not really knowing where you were going in this last year. You want to do a lot of things, but you were not even sure on how to start. Then you've got the Three of Pentacles over here. It seems like you made some kind of choice and you were very, very involved in your work. It seems like you focused on it. You might have been doing some studying. You've got this here. But you were very, very focused on work and doing things. You might have been collaborating with a lot of people and doing big things, maybe meeting up a lot of people. You've been relying a lot on your intuition. You've got the Cat over here, spending a lot of time by yourself, maybe burning the midnight oil. So working very, very hard in this last 3 months and working alone. You had put in a lot of energy into that work field of yours, and it was generating some money. Now, on your mind, you've got the Two of Swords. This is making a decision about moving on. So you are, hesitating about what to do next. You know the cycle is ended because you've got the moon in its last phase over here. So whatever has happened has ended. Now, this woman's got her back turned to the water over here. So you've got to turn your back to any kind of emotions. Even here with this Queen of Swords, you can see the two women are sitting with their backs facing each other. So whatever emotional, repercussions of whatever happened, you've got to turn your back to it. You've got to not be emotional when you make this decision. You've got to not think about what happened or whatever you lost, and don't look at it from an emotional point of view. That is a very hard thing to do. I know I'm saying it, but it's a very, very hard thing to do. But you have to make a very, very cold-hearted decision, and you've got to make it based on logic. So choose the thing that is best for you based on logic. Make a pros and cons list. Handle it as though it was some kind of a case that you have to sort out without actually being involved in it. So you've got to take yourself out of the situation, turn your back to emotions, and make that decision based on logic in order for you to move forward. If you do that, the Nine of Cups comes in. It seems like you get the satisfaction, you get your abundance, and you get what you want. Even though you're alone here, you will be enjoying that. Getting and receiving. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment. That means that whatever you're thinking about, you will be able to attain it, and there will be help along the way as well to help you do that. But you need to make that decision. You need to let go of that emotions in order for you to get the Nine of Cups coming in. So turn your back on any kind of thoughts or emotional feelings that you have about the situation. Excuse me. See it as something that is completely ended and move forward. And then you will get satisfaction. You'll get everything that you want. So you've got the Temperance card over here. This is also talking about balance and, trying to move forward. So you're trying to balance those emotions. You are trying to keep everything under control. You've got the rainbow over here. So you have come through a very difficult situation. And you are trying to heal from it. So you can see this woman's got her foot in the water over here, but it's only her toe, and most of her foot is on land. So you are coming out of that emotional drama. You are not letting it get to you. You are trying to stabilize yourself on the land, and with the Temperance card is finding your goals again, seeing what you used to be and going for it. So that's what you are doing at the moment. This is how everything is going on in your head or whatever's happening with you. And around you can see another one about getting a grip of your emotions over here. Now, with the Star card, this is the card of hope. This is the card of inspiration. This is the card of having a goal, a vision, and this is moving forward, with renewed vigor, renewed hope. You can also see this woman's throwing out the things that are not serving her. These emotions that are not working for her, she's throwing it out of these two canisters here, or these two vases. She's throwing it out of them. And you've got the stork over here, and the stork is a sign of change. So, a sign of movement, a sign of relocating, a sign of going somewhere away from whatever happened. So whatever emotional problems or emotional feelings she has, she's throwing it out. And this is how the world is seeing you, as somebody who is throwing out things that are no longer serving them. The star card is the card of Aquarius, and so you are going to get that balance back, and you are being divinely guided. And as long as you don't let your emotions cloud your judgment, you'll be able to move forward. And it looks like there's change coming as well. You might even be moving away from this old situation that you were in. So, your hopes and fears, you got the Seven of Swords. So whatever happened to you, it looks like this man's taking whatever and he's moving away. Whatever didn't serve him, he left it behind. He left the two swords behind and he's moving away. He looks happier. It seems like there's tense over here. So whatever happened was something temporary. It's not something that's long lasting. That means whatever problems you went through is not going to be, following you for the rest of your life. It's something that you can put an end to and you can move away from it. There might have been a lot of, because the Seven of Swords is a card of theft. It's a card of people letting you down, people doing things to you that was so harsh and so nasty. And, they were people that really stabbed you in the back. And, there was a lot of lies, deceit. The Seven of Swords is the card of deceit. So you had an obstacle that you faced. It looks like you had it wasn't something that, it was a very big obstacle. There's a lot of clouds in the background here, but you are now moving away. And the things that you can't take with you, the things that you had to leave behind, you've left it and you're walking away. You may not be walking away with much, but you are walking away with at least, your dignity intact, and you're walking away proudly. And you're walking away to a future that, maybe it's not certain, but it's something that is going to make you much happier than what you've been in. So you're hoping to move away from that difficult situation. In the hopes and fears card. Now you've got the Nine of Swords over here, the Death card, and the Three of Wands. Nine of Swords is being very anxious. It's a card of, expecting the worst case scenario. It's a card of actually contemplating all those people. You're thinking about all those people that let you down and all the things that happened. So it's going through your mind one at a time. What happened? Maybe this is like playing out in your mind over and over again about how nasty the situation and whatever happened was so awful, so toxic. And you can see this person is not sleeping very well. They're very restless. So it is playing on your mind, and you are anticipating even worse to come. But already the Ten of Swords has fallen. So that means that the worst is over. The worst is over. So here you're sitting and waiting for the worst to come, because maybe, because such a bad thing happened, it still is playing on your mind that, something worse will happen. But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear that's in your head. Maybe like a post-traumatic stress disorder going on in your head. In the background here, if you look through the swords, there's the last phase of the moon. So that means that this situation is ended. So this anxiety is for naught. You don't have to worry about it, because the situation is now over. It's done with. It is finished. It is complete. Then you've got the Death card. So time to put things to rest. You need to end this anxiety. You can see this horse is walking or riding away from this anxiety situation. So whatever happened to you, you've got to actually let it go. And the Death card is, he usually has a scythe in his hand, and the scythe talks about cutting things away, making clean cuts. If people are not serving you, just cut them out of your life completely. You don't look back. So, the Death card came in. It was something that needed to happen. It seems like it might have been karmic. And you need to just cut it out and move forward. So this card is about endings. And you've got the Ten of Swords, which is about endings. So whatever's happened here in your life, you need to just cut it out and move on. You have to definitely make that choice. And you've got to leave people that are not serving you behind and move forward. Make future plans and leave that which is not. Turn your back to them. You can see this man's turned his back to these two rods over here and he's looking forward. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to turn your back to things that were holding you back. These rods are implanted in the rocks. Whatever they were, whoever they were holding you back. This rod he's got in his hand is very mobile. So you need to take your things and move forward. And even this card is showing the things that you're leaving behind were holding you back. These swords are stuck into the ground. Like these rods are stuck into the rocks. So these people or the situation was holding you back. And this man's carrying his swords with him. So he's quite mobile with these swords. These are his future plans, his thoughts. This is his Three of Rods. This is his future plans. It's blossoming over there. You need to take your ideas and everything about you and the things that the prosperity that you have in your head. You need to take all of those plans, make plans for the future, and move forward. So you need to cut that past out, leave it behind completely, and move forward. And try not to be very emotional about it. Be very clear-minded about what you're going to do, clear thinking. Any decision you make, you've got to do it from a very logical point of view and not from an emotional point of view. And then you will get everything you want with the Nine of Cups. So I'm just going to draw some cards from this Goddess Oracle. It's an inspiration oracle. So one fell. Oh, this one wants to come out. Let's see. That's another one. Okay, let's see. The first card that's fallen is the Goddess of Prophecy. Though it is good to desire, sometimes it is better to possess contentment. So if whatever you're doing now makes you happy, it's time, it's a good thing. It's instead of, wanting more, be happy with what you do have left. So look at what you have left and stop crying over the things that were lost. You needed to let go of that. And then you have the Flower Goddess, which says, take time to appreciate all life's joys. So maybe after having lost everything, you now do have that ability to appreciate what you do have. And it's time to appreciate life's joys. So look at the little things and appreciate them. And the last one is the Mistress of Animals. Acknowledge your animal nature. So, get back to your inner being. Everybody has an animal guide. And it says, acknowledge your animal nature. So get back to nature as well. And acknowledge also your animal guide. And find your strength from that. So I'm just going to draw some cards from the Angel Tarot. I'll just draw 3 of those. So you've got the 10 of Fire, which says, too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance, stress-related health concerns. So this is carrying a lot of burdens, a lot of responsibilities, and a need for you to let go of that and find your balance all over again. So maybe whatever you were involved in was very stressful. You were carrying a lot of burdens and didn't realize it. And maybe this is the reason why things had to end. And then you got the World card over here, which says, job well done, contentment and gratitude, a path towards enlightenment. So it looks like Archangel Michael is guiding you and you will have everything in your hand. It looks like, you will settle down into something good. If it's work that you're worried about, it looks like that's coming in because the World card is ruled by Saturn. So it looks like, you will get a job if that's what you're looking for. And it will be, a really good one as well, because this is the World card. It is like the top of the major arcana. So it's something that you will be contented in. And the last one is the Two of Fire, which says you've come into your own, new partnerships, contracts, continue to move forward. So you have reached, you are getting your power back. That's what they're trying to say. And it looks like there is going to be somebody there that assists you. You do have somebody that is a very good friend that will help you get through things. So new partnerships coming in, or you might be able to, the people that are around you will provide that stability or provide you with that help that you need to move forward. So it looks like you're coming out of a very, very difficult situation. You need to lay it all to rest and make plans for the future and move forward. And everything that is not serving you or everything that happened, you need to leave it behind and move forward. And then you will get, you've got the 9 of Cups over here, so you will get your wishes coming through. Whatever you want will come into your hands, but you need to let go. You need to cut it out completely. Sever ties with the past and move forward. So I hope this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments if it has. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.